we go. Lovely. All right, lovely. Let's come and grab a seat then if you're not already in a comfortable cross-leg position. And we're just going to start by just relaxing the shoulders and just bringing the eyelids to close just for a moment and just resting your hands, resting your wrists sort of in your lap, either in your lap or maybe over your knees, wherever it feels more comfortable. And just start by just sort of taking a little bit of focus on your breathing. So inhaling soft in through the nose. And just trying to open up the throat a little bit, just trying to relax the throat, relaxing the collarbones. And just letting that breath flow out really slowly without any kind of pressure, without any sort of force or speed. Just making a concerted effort to breathe in. Letting the breath out just trickle out nice and slowly. You can kind of feel the shoulders, feel the ribs and the collarbones just softening as you exhale. The crown of the head is just lifting a little bit taller. That little tuck of the belly button, so you can feel the belly button sort of pulling back towards your spine. A slight kind of hollowing of the belly. And with every breath, you can sort of feel the exhale getting a little bit longer, sort of drawing out a little bit more. And if there was any sort of feeling of urgency or any sense of urgency over your breath, or kind of rush or panic over that breathing, it's just slowly kind of melting away, becoming a little bit more fluid, a little bit less restricted, or again, like I said, rushed. And just take the hands behind you and just interlace your fingers behind your back. And just sort of gently pull the knuckles down towards the floor, so towards your tailbone. So you're kind of opening up the collarbones a little bit more, just getting a little bit more of a stretch across the front of the chest, pulling the shoulder blades back. And just keeping the hands where they are, just gently take the head over towards the right. So you're sort of easing that right ear down towards the right shoulder. Whole left side of your neck might feel quite stiff. Might feel a nice stretch, hopefully. Maybe it's a little bit tense. Really long, slow exhale. Just letting you soften. You slowly can start to feel that left side letting go. Again, keeping the hands where they are, just bring the neck back up, so bring the head back up. And take it over the other side, so left ear down towards the left shoulder. Again, just drawing those shoulder blades back. A little bit of a squeeze there. And the whole right side of the neck and the shoulders are starting to relax. Lovely. Again, slowing that exhale down. And feeling the muscles, feeling that tension just starting to soften. Take a big inhale, bring the arms all the way up, release them. Take them up and overhead, so just interlace the fingers and just press the arms up and away from you. So keeping that neck free, just taking that stretch now through the sides of the body, underneath the shoulder blade, lifting the collars up a little higher. And just take a really gentle side bend. Just bring the right hand down, let the left hand come over, keep the hips where they are, and just soften into the waist. And let the breath in lead you. Bring it all the way up on the inhale. And take it over the other side on the exhale. Keeping really, again, that sort of softness through the waist. Those hips might be tempted to kind of lift with you. Just see if you can keep them kind of glued to the floor there. We do that one more time. So breathe in, bring it up. Breathe out, take it over. Again, using that breath, breathe in as you come up. And breathe out. There we go. Fabulous. Very slowly bring it all the way up. And just roll over your shin bones. Come onto all fours. And just press yourself back into a child's pose just really quickly. So bringing the heels together. Have as much space between the knees as you need. Just sink into those hips, just taking a moment. Again, if you want to bring the hands back round behind you again, just interlacing those knuckles and pressing the knuckles back. If you feel quite tight in the shoulders, you can press it back there. Or just simply let the hands rest by your side there, just taking a couple breaths. Lovely, look forward, come up to all fours. We're going to roll through cow. So we're going to open up the belly, lift the columns forward. So you're getting that nice arch through the back. And then lift into cat. So tucking the tail, tucking the chin, crossing the fronts of the feet to the floor, pressing the knuckles in towards the floor, getting that really lovely sort of massage through the spine. And again, rolling forward, breathing in. And exhaling, pulling all the way up into that cat. Lovely. We're going to take the left foot and just press it back. We're tucking the toe under. Press the heel away so you get that lovely sort of stretch all the way through the back of the leg. Draw the belly in. And see if you can do the same with the other leg and come into plank. So bringing that right leg up and then just pressing the heel away. So you're in that plank pose now. Really round up through the shoulders so you get that really strong kind of sensation through the upper body. Belly button is pulled in. And then lift the tailbone, come all the way up into your downward facing dog. You can maybe adjust the feet if you need to. Maybe bring them a little bit closer if that feels more comfortable. Keeping that nice softness in the knees. You maybe want to pedal through, get a little bit of a wriggle, side to side, softening those hips, easing into the sides of the body. And then come back into child's pose. So knees come down, heels again come together. Just draw back into that child's pose and just take a couple of breaths. Again, if the arms want to come around behind you, if that feels good, to press the knuckles away, open the collarbones up, opening that back chest. Lovely, let's come back onto all fours, so roll forward. Come into your cow, so drop the belly, little arch through the back. Again, lifting those tailbones up behind you. Exhale as you come into your cat pose, so drawing the spine up, pressing the fronts of the feet to the floor, pressing the knuckles to the floor. And again, roll round forward, breathe in. And exhale. All the way back. Wow, let's do that again. So take the right foot back this time, tucking the toe under, just pressing the heel back so you get that nice stretch into the calf. The belly button is already starting to switch on. You're pulling that core in, and then lift the left leg. Press both legs back as you come into your plank. Again, really feel that kind of strengthening sensation. So the arms are locked in, the belly is locked in, and then lift the tail. It's like you're being kind of picked up by your tailbone and brought into that downward facing dog. Lovely. Again, keep the knees soft. If you want to keep pedaling them, maybe get a little bit of a wriggle. If that spine feels a bit stiff and you want to kind of twist, everything is fine. Nothing is off limits. Do what you need to do. Again, take a breath. Exhale, come back into child's pose one last time, heels together, sink all the way back. Lovely. Again, if those arms want to come back, you might just want to rest them there, or even interlace, lift the knuckles, open the chest, open the collars. Lovely. Let's do that little roll through cat-cow one last time. So come forward to all fours. Okay, drop the belly, roll forward. Exhale, lift everything up. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin. And do that one more time, rolling, using your breath. It might be that you're moving a little bit slower to me, which is absolutely fine, or a little bit faster if you're breathing a bit quicker. But let that breath kind of control the speed. So exhaling as you round back up. Okay, this time we're going to tuck both toes under, come into your plank. So engaging the thighs, squeezing the belly in. Again, you've got that lovely strong plank pose. And tailbone lifts, come all the way back into the downward facing dog. Wonderful. Take a couple of breaths, just wiggle, ease out those calves, ease out those heels. And let's walk ourselves up to the top of the mat. So little steps. Bring yourself up. Come into a forward fold. So just letting the chin tuck in towards the chest, getting the back of the head kind of round in towards your shins there. And just drag the fingers across the floor. So a little sway, side to side. We're going to take a really gentle twist, okay? So we're going to take the right hand all the way around to the left. So either the left ankle, left side of the knee, or even the thigh, wherever feels comfortable. And then take that left hand up, so you're twisting towards the left side. Both knees are kind of staying stuck together. If you can feel that right knee trying to creep forward, just encourage it back. And then let's do the same on the other side. So reaching over towards the right, again, finding either the right ankle, the right knee, or the thigh, taking that right hand up. And again, just twisting to the other side. Nice and slow. Brilliant, come all the way down. Again, carry on that little roll. So start to roll up a little bit more, back in the vertebra. One at a time as you come up. Big inhale, bring the arms up and over, look towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold it back down again. Come all the way back into that fold. Brilliant. Look forward, bring the hands onto the shins. Just pause for a moment. Pull the belly button back. We're going to open the arms out wide. So like they kind of eagle arms out to the side. Get that little squeeze between the shoulder blades. And then let the hands come down. Let the whole body come into that fold. Look again, lovely. Look forward. Lengthen the spine, hands to shins. Take the right leg all the way back. Big lunge, back of the mat. Soften the back knee to the floor. Relax the right foot. Open up through the hips. So nice and slowly, just lifting up through the sternum. Get that nice kind of pull. Again, belly button is pulled in. You're still engaging through the back of the body, squeezing your bottom. And just let the left hand rest there on the back of the right thigh. Just for a moment. Lift up through the right arm. Inhale. Perfect. Windmill forward. Bring the hands either side of the foot. Step back into your plank pose. Come all the way back. Brilliant. Squeeze those thighs. Lift up through the belly. Let's come into downward facing dog. So tailbone comes all the way up. Sinking into the heels. Nice and soft and through the back of the legs. Drawing the belly in. Let's take our little walk back to the front of the mat again. So little steps. Make your way back to the top. Okay, and again, we're going to take our twists. So taking the right hand over towards the left side, whether it's the ankle or the knee or the shin or the calf thigh, keep that left hand up, twisting towards the sky. Lovely, change sides. Exhale, let the hand come down. Change it around, left hand to right side, right hand lifts. Look up towards that right palm, get that lovely swivel. Soft through the shoulders, soft through the waist. And release it back down. Perfect. Carry on that rubble. Rolling up. Stuck in the vertebra all the way up. Brilliant. Breathe in, lift the heart. Look forward, look towards the sky. And then swan dive all the way back down again. Hinging at the hips. Let the weight of the head come forward. Brilliant. Again, looking forward, lengthening the spine. Hands to shins. Open into those eagle arms again. So squeezing between the shoulder blades. Perfect. Swan dive back to the floor. Yeah, looking forward, breathe in. Left leg this time lunges back. Big step. Again, lower the knee, nice and soft. Open up through the collars. Feel that sternum kind of pull up. Again, squeezing through your bottom, pulling the belly in so that lower back is protected. Right hand just comes around and rests there on the back of the thigh. So you're lifting up through that left arm. Nice and soft. Perfect. Windmill forward. Again, finding plank. Tuck the back toe under. Lift back. Again, just pause. Okay, and then take it up into downward facing dog. Tailbone comes up. Heels sink into the floor. Take a couple of breaths, breathing in. And breathing out. I've been just walk it forward. Same again, little steps. Bring it to the top of the mat. Lovely, letting the weight of the head just pull you forward. Take that right hand round towards the left. You can take that twist. So left arm lifts. Hopefully the spine is starting to feel really quite sort of supple, quite warm now. That movement doesn't feel quite so restricted. Take it over to the other side. So left hand to right ankle. Right arm opens up. Wonderful. Again, let that sort of twist deepen if you can. And then again, rolling up. Nice and slow. Winding your way up towards the top of the mat, taking a big inhale. And as you exhale, just bring the hands into heart center. So just pausing for a moment in Tadasana, mountain pose. And you're going to take your feet out a little bit wider, out towards kind of the edges of your mat. And we're going to come into a nice Malasana squat, so a yogi squat. Now, if your hips aren't feeling quite so up for the challenge just yet, you can take that squat nice and high. So it might be that you kind of just sink sort of here in that squat. But if you're ready to come down a little bit lower, just drawing the tailbone down towards the floor. Kind of ease yourself down. Maybe let the hands come down towards the floor. And just kind of rock side to side. Just opening into those hips, just starting to soften them there. Now you're going to keep your left leg, your left foot where it is. And we're going to step back on the right foot. You're coming into a nice wide sort of lunge. Okay, so that right knee is going to come down. Keep that left foot where it is and open up into a nice open twist. So you're kind of turning towards that left leg and open up. Brilliant. Bring the hand back down. Pick up the back knee and step forward. Come back into your Malasana squat to bring that right leg back to the edge of the mat and come back to where you were. So you're just kind of wiggling back into those hips. Maybe just rocking side to side. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. So left leg this time steps back, taking you into that nice wide lunge. That right leg is on the edge of the mat. Okay, lower the back knee. And again, take that twist, open up towards that right knee. And again, we're just sort of working deep into the hips at the moment. Brilliant. Bring the hand back down. We're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to move a little bit quicker. Okay, so picking up the knee, step it forward, coming back into that squat, little wriggle, side to side. All right, and then again, step that right leg back into that nice wide stance, that wide lunge. Okay, now you can, I give you the choice. You can either keep the knee off the floor, or you can bring the knee down onto the floor, whatever feels best for you. And again, let's twist, open up, inhale. Lovely, close it back down again, step forward, come back into that wide squat. How are those hips feeling? Are they already warm? They might have feeling quite warm already. Brilliant, left leg, take it back, lunge. Good, again, you might want to keep the knee off the floor or lower it down. Take that twist, open up. Brilliant. Last time, step it forward. Come back into your squat. We're going to lift up into mountain pose again. So big inhale, sweep the arms up, push through those feet, lift, lift, lift. Wiggle the feet together, and then swan dive all the way back down again. Come into your fold. Brilliant. Look forward. Hands to shins. Open those arms up, big eagle arms, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Lovely swan dive, come all the way back down. Looking forward, inhale. Exhale, step both legs back into your plank pose. So stepping in. Again, engage through the thighs, squeeze in through the belly. Lower the knees for me. And we're going to come down onto our belly. So just scooping that heart forward. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Lift the collars. Drag forward. Brilliant. Come back into a child's pose. So push back. Bring your heels together. And just take a moment there. Just pause. Just relax, breathe. Have a sip of water if you need one. Just take a big exhale. So hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer. Now we've kind of opened up the hips, opened up nice and wide. Now from here, let's start to bring ourselves up into our downward facing dog. So tucking the toes under, lift on up. Take the weight back into the heels, draw the belly in. We're going to take our right leg up towards the sky. So press the heel away, engaging through the core, that little squeeze in through the bottom. And then bring the knee up towards your chest, so it's coming forward. And just place that foot between the hands, just lowering it there. We're going to come into a high lunge, so keeping the knee lifted. Let the arms float upwards, bringing the arms overhead. Come a little deeper into that front knee if you can, just pressing that back heel away. Strong through that glute, strong through the quad, and just relaxing into that high lunge. We're going to come into warrior two, so landing the heel, just bend into that front knee. And again, you're kind of adjusting those heels so the front heel lines up with the back arch. The arms are soft, the arms are being sort of pulled apart, giving you that lovely kind of relaxed feeling through the upper body. Come a little deeper if you can. And then turn the palms together, come all the way up, straighten out that front leg, lift. And then bend down and back into your warrior two. Lovely. Let's come a little lower if we can. And do that same again. So lifting those palms together, straightening out that front leg. And sinking back into a warrior. Lovely. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to just take a little bit of softness through the waist. Left hand travels down the back leg. Nice and soft. Again, those shoulder blades together. And we're going to windmill forward, bringing the hands either side of the foot. So we step into that high lunge. And then take that right foot over to the edge of the mat. So you're kind of wiggling, taking that nice wide stance again. Okay. Let's take that twist. If you need to bring the back knee down, drop the knee to the floor and take that twist. Open up towards the right. Again, we're really using those hips. Brilliant. Now, as the right hand comes down, step the right leg back into plank. So using your core, step it back. Perfect. Then the elbows come down to chaturanga. And then let's let the belly drop all the way to the floor and take a nice gentle back bend. Maybe it's a cobra, maybe it's a sphinx. Just lift the heart forward. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Push back onto the knees. Tuck the toes. Lift the tail. Come all the way up. Take a couple of rounds of breath. So soften through the nose. And big exhale. Again, left leg is going to come up this time. So press the heel away from you. Lift it all the way back. Perfect. Again, you're using your belly. So that knee and those toes kind of face down towards the floor. And again, bring the knee up towards your nose. You're using your core to bring it forwards. And then land the foot just between the hands, coming into that high lunge. Again, you've got that strength in the quad. It's not all about that front leg. It often feels like a lunge is all about that front leg. But actually, if you're working through that back leg as well, it kind of evens out the workload. So it sort of feels a bit more manageable as well. Bringing the arms up. Don't be afraid to come a little deeper if you can into that front leg. Lovely, breathing in. Let's take our warrior two. So landing the back heel. Okay. A little bit of a wriggle. If you need to adjust the feet, that's fine. Relax the shoulders. Sometimes it's easy for those ears and those shoulders to stay connected. So just take them down a notch. Let the shoulder blades kind of pull together. Just take the pressure away from the shoulders there. And just come a little deeper. Now turn the palms up. Lift up long through the waist, long through the side of the body. And then exhale. Bring it down. Brilliant. Do that again. Lift up. Long through the sides. And then soften. Down. Perfect. Take a reverse warrior. So land that right hand towards the thigh, towards the shin. Take that softness into the waist. Open up the ribs. Open up the collarbones. And again, we're going to windmill forward. And then as you land those hands, just start to wiggle that left foot, that foot, all the way back to all the way to the side of your mat. Okay. And again, we're going to take that nice wide twist. So we're going to keep the right hand where it is. The right knee can come down if you need to. But that left arm lifts towards the sky. So you get that really lovely twist. Perfect. Let that breath come in. As you exhale, bring the hand down. And again, really fire up your core. Step it back into your plank. Brilliant. Come down through chaturanga. Now, if you're ready for an upward facing dog, turn over onto the fronts of the feet, lift the collarbones, lift the knees off the floor, and then meet me back in downward facing dog. Come all the way back. Brilliant. Again, take a couple of breaths. Inhale and exhale. Brilliant. One more round of breath. I'm going to take the right leg back up. I'm going to add on to our little flow. Okay, so right foot presses away. Again, bring that knee forward. Using the core, bring the knee up towards the nose. Land the foot just between the hands. Again, find your high lunge, so squeezing through those thighs, squeezing through the knees. It's like your feet are kind of pulling together along your mat, just to kind of give you that connection. And then find your warrior two. Again, land the heel, come into that warrior two. Brilliant. Turn the palms up. Inhale, lift. Grow through the sides of the body. Exhale, soften into the knee. Coming a little bit deeper. You might find that you've got more depth now. Again, lift. And exhale. Soften. We're going to reverse our warrior. So left hand travels down, right arm travels over. Soften to the waist. Now we're going to find ourselves in Trikonasa, so triangle pose. So as you bring yourself back up, straighten out the front leg. You might want to wiggle the back foot in maybe a smidge. But let that right hand travel just beyond the right foot. Let the right hand comes towards the shin or towards the ankle. Or if you need to use a block, or if you're using a block at home, and you want to put the block just on the inside of your ankle there, you can lift up, whoop, she says, and get a little bit more twist. Okay, so just hold that triangle pose just for a moment. Perfect. Let's get that really lovely rotation. Again, we've worked into the waist. Brilliant. Look up as you inhale. Exhale, look down towards your big toe. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up. Perfect. A little bit of softness into the waist. Okay, and as we windmill forward, we're going to find that wide leg stance again. So we're going to take our hands onto the inside of the right foot. Okay, wiggle that right foot all the way over to the edge of your mat. Okay, perfect. Now, you can either, I'm going to give you two options. You can either bring the knee to the floor and take your twist, or keep the knee lifted and take your twist. Or you can take the knee to the floor, start to twist, and then if you want to pick up the back heel, you can take a hold and you can really kind of open up that twist. You might even find that the right foot starts to kind of roll to the outer edge of the foot. And it really opens up those hips, just that little bit of a little notch more than you have. So again, whichever option feels good for you. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Let that right hand come down. Lovely. Let's find our plank pose again. Step back. Perfect. Come down through chaturanga. Remember, modify if you need. Knees can come to the floor. Take your baby cobra or your upward facing dog. And then meet me all the way back. Down facing dog. Perfect. Take a breath. Child's pose is always there. Second side, so left leg, bring it up. Again, using that belly, your core is involved with that lift. Usually just to swing the leg up, isn't it? But we've got control, so the toes face down. And then knee comes in towards the nose. Use the belly. Land the foot just between the hands. You're placing it down nice and soft, nice and gentle. That's the beauty of mute, isn't it? So you can't, no one can hear. Come down a little deeper into that front, that high lunge. And again, find your warrior. So land the heel, bend into that front knee. Again, soft through the shoulders. Let's lift, bring the hands together, grow. Exhale, soften. And again, lift. You're letting that breath sort of guide the flow, guide the speed. And again, breathing out, coming to that slightly softer, deeper lunge, deeper warrior. Reverse, take that left arm up, right hand travels down, really soft into the waist. And then again, as we start to come up, we're going to find our Trikonasana triangle pose. So straighten out the front leg, little shuffle of that back foot if it needs to come in a little bit. Left hand goes long. And again, just tilt so that movement is kind of right there in the waist. So it's like you're doing a side bend. And that top shoulder, it's always tempting to bring that shoulder forward. See if that top shoulder can stay lifted up towards the sky. Again, if that feels too much in the neck, just look down towards the big toe. Or if you are using that block and you want to put the block just down the inside of the foot, whichever feels best for you. Look up on the inhale. Exhale, look down to the big toe. And then inhale, rise, reverse that triangle. Wonderful. Perfect. Let's windmill forward. Okay, last little wide twist. So land the hands on the inside of the left foot. Wiggle it over to the edges of your mat. Okay, remember your options. Either twist with the knee lifted, twist with the knee down, or take that leg all the way around. So take the arm all the way around, grab a hold of that back foot, and you could even start to roll that front foot onto its outer edge as those hips open. So corkscrew pose, this is called. Coming into that nice corkscrew. Wonderful. One last breath in. Exhale, come all the way back. Let's find plank. Okay. Now, before we come down, we're going to have a little play with our core. So bring that right knee up towards the right elbow and squeeze it in. Lovely. Come back. Left knee towards left elbow. Squeeze through the waist. Wonderful. Let's do that one more time on each side. So right knee to right elbow. Squeeze. Fabulous. Last time over to the left. Squeeze. And then come down to Chaturanga. Take your baby cobra or your upward facing dog. And then meet me in child's pose. So when you're ready, draw back. Take a couple of breaths. And then we'll have a little rest. Just take a moment in child's pose there. Wonderful. So when you're ready, we're going to come back into our Malasana squat. So we've opened up those hips. So lots of stretching for the hips, in fact. So just take a little moment. And again, if the heels don't meet the floor, that is fine. It's just all about just opening up the tightness that we have within the front of the legs and inside of the legs. And we're going to lift up. So we're going to rise. We're going to breathe in, come all the way up to stand. And then take your weight into your right leg. So once you come up, bring the weight over to your right leg and just find your tree just for a moment. Okay, just find that, so a little bit of stillness, a little bit of calm, whether the foot is there by the ankle or whether it's just underneath the knee or even just above the knee. Or if you want to have a play around with bringing the foot so it's just over the top of the thigh, so you're kind of resting it there on the top of the thigh there. It sort of pushes back, so you're kind of using that little bit of pressure just to keep the foot in place there. There's different ways to sort of spice it up, change it a little bit if you want to. Perfect. Take another breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to open up into a star. So we're going to take that left leg, and we're going to extend it all the way out. So again, using that waist, lifting up through that Mula Bandha, through that pelvic floor, and then taking the arm out nice and wide, just pressing the heel. Again, it's all about that control. You can feel that fire through the glutes and through the belly. Now, as that leg comes down, we're just going to tuck the foot in behind the standing leg. So you're crossing at the ankles. And we're just going to gently fold all the weight back over. So we're letting the nose come down towards the knee, coming into that nice fold there. And again, it might be that you want to sort of swing around one way and then the other. We did a couple of little twists before. So again, if you do want to take a twist, maybe keeping the right hand down and just looking up towards the left. And then having a go on the other side. Again, sometimes if you hold lots of tightness kind of in the outer edge of the leg, in that IT band, it can feel like quite a nice little stretch. Just have a play. And then when you're ready, start to roll it back up again. Unhooking the feet. So that left leg is going to come down. And then take the right foot up and bring it into your tree. So again, taking that tree on the other side, so whether it's the ankle, under the knee, above it, or if you do want to rest the foot there across the top of the thigh, again, you're kind of almost using the thigh like a little shelf. Press that leg in. Now we take one more breath. And again, we're going to soften into that standing leg, release the right leg, and come into your stance. So squeeze through the waist, squeeze through your bottom, take the arms out wide, and again, lift up through that pelvic floor. Lots of things to think about, just to stand on one leg. Brilliant. Again, let that breath come in. And as you exhale, let the right foot come down, just tuck it in behind the left. Again, we've got those nice crossed ankles. And then fold it forward. Again, if that doesn't feel comfortable and you just want to kind of rest your hands there on the shin rather than kind of folding forward, that's absolutely fine. Just come as deep as you need. Or even using a chair or a prop. You know, if you have a chair, use the sort of side elbow here, you could even just hold on to it and allow yourself to kind of come into a stretch from there. So that's why even doing things like chair yoga can be really nice, because you can use things to help you with it. Yeah, maybe take a little twist one way, and round to the other. Okay, and then gently come up. Start to roll it up. Just stacking those vertebrae. As you unravel, just unhook the feet. Okay, take the feet out nice and wide again, so you've got the back into that Malasana squat. And come all the way down. Sink into those ankles. If that squat feels better, hopefully it does compared to that first one that you did at the beginning of the practice. We're going to take the left arm onto the inside of the left elbow, sorry, the left elbow onto the inside of the left knee, and take the right arm up. Open up wide. Lovely. If there's a bind there, maybe you can just take a bind quickly, wrapping the elbow around the knee. Okay. And then let's do the same on the other side. So taking that right arm onto the inside of the right knee, and again, opening up all the way out to the side. And to the left. Okay. Fabulous. Let's walk it out. Let's come into our plank. So shuffle forward. Okay. Draw the belly in. Let's come all the way down through chaturanga. Taking the inhale as you lift up into upward facing dog or baby cobra. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Let the heels sink. Again, keeping that softness in the knees. Just lifting up through the thighs. Getting that little bit of pressure through the fingertips. Lovely. Let the knees come down. Perfect. Cross at the ankles and just let the legs come out in front of you. So shift them out and just move the sit bones out from underneath your thighs there. So your legs are together, your toes are lifting up, You've got that little drawer of the belly. Let the hands just rest there by your side just for a moment. And just feel that chin kind of draw in, a little bit of tension there through the throat, through the neck. Again, those shoulder blades are kind of pulling back. And just focusing on the toes. You can see that little sort of shimmer just above your tip toes. And you're focusing, your drishti, just resting. Take an inhale, lift up. Coming into Paschimottanasana, let's fold forward, finding either the shin bones, the ankles, the feet, the toes, and just drawing the heart forward. Slowly bring it up. Here, we're going to come into Purvottanasana or tabletop. So we're going to bend the knees, let the hands come in just behind you. You've got those fingertips facing forward, knees are bent. Squeeze your bottom and lift up. Okay. Again, you've got that lovely tension through the back of the body, so those hips feel nice and high, really strong. If you want to let the head go, you can open up the throat. You can do that. Brilliant. Let it all come down. Let the hips drop to the floor. Let those legs come back out. Again, just move the sit bones away. Pause just for a moment, finding that Dhanurasana. Pulling the belly in. Perfect. Rise. And again, fold. See if you can find the same position as last time, maybe even a little bit further. If the toes felt easy to bind, maybe it's a case of taking the feet. If the shins felt easy to bind, maybe it's the ankles now that are kind of becoming a little bit closer, a little bit more accessible. Okay, slowly come up. And again, you can either take the same tabletop that you've just done, or keep the legs together this time. So fingertips facing forward, squeeze the thighs, and then lift, lift, lift. So you're pressing the feet towards the floor. Again, you've got that same sort of tension through the sides of the body, through the back of the body. Belly is drawn in. If you're dropping the head, you can lift the chin as that head comes back. Lovely. Hold it there for one more breath in. Exhale, lower. Come all the way down. Fabulous. Last Dhanurasana. Draw the hands to the side. Just either side. Lift up. Draw the belly in. Bring the arms up. And take a fold. Roll the way down. Well done. Just take a couple of rounds of breath. Good. Now as we come up, bring the soles of the feet together. So bring them all the way in. And just come into a butterfly pose. Just for a moment. Okay. And again, you've got those heels, kind of a little bit of a distance between your hips and your sort of sit bones and your heels. And just tuck the forearms underneath if you want to kind of make that bind, sort of make that stretch a little bit deeper. But you're just going to round forward, so you're curling yourself into a nice little kind of pretzel shape and bringing your head down towards your toes or towards your feet. You kind of round into that position there. Again, just take one more breath in. Now as we start to unravel, we're going to have a little play with some arm balancing, okay? So don't panic too much, it's just again a little bit of a play. So we're going to start by just picking up our left foot and we're just going to rock like a little cradle, okay? And again, there's lots of places that you can stay, so if you don't want to go into an arm balance, or you think, oh my goodness, no way, then you can just stay here. So this is again, is going to really help sort of open up the hips, and lots of the hips today. Now, if you're going to have a go at the arm balance, what we're going to do is we're going to hook our leg sort of over our shoulder. So our left shoulder is going to hook underneath. Okay, so it might just be kind of resting over the top. Now this bottom leg is going to hook over the top of the foot. Okay, you can see some of you, but not all of you. So you might just want to have a play of thinking, right, I'm here, maybe I'm just going to stay here for now. If you want to have a go at the balance, what we're going to do is going to bring our weight forward and lift into the balance here. So you're using that chaturanga position to lift yourself up and into that balance. Okay, we can have a little go. I can see a few heads. I can see Billy laughing. And if not, then just come back in. Okay, should we have a go on the other side? Maybe? All right, so just cradle that leg. And again, this is like work in progress, isn't it? You can sort of see what you have to do, and then you can keep kind of having a little practice. And again, it might be that just for a few weeks, you're just working on getting that shoulder in and underneath the thigh. So you're lifting up that leg to tuck it over the top of the shoulder. Okay, again, you've got that bottom leg, which you're going to pick up and hook over the top of the foot. Okay, and then again, you're thinking about your chaturanga position, lifting up. She says, not so successful on that side. Let me have another go. There's always one side that doesn't quite feel the same as the other. Okay, so you're coming back into your chaturanga and then lifting over to the other side. Okay, so have a little practice. Again, it could be something just to work on. So start with rocking that hip and then bringing it over. So that's half the battle. Wonderful. Bring the legs out in front of you. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Okay, and then let's come into boat pose. So tucking those knees together, lifting those toes up. Find your boat. Just pause there for a moment, breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in. Rock yourself all the way back onto the shoulders and then land the soles of the feet to the floor. Okay. Bring the hands round, so maybe find those heels with your fingertips and lift into a baby bridge. So just squeeze the front of the thighs, squeeze the back of the body and just come into that nice baby bridge. So opening up through the front of the hips. And just take a couple of breaths. Lifting up. And up. Lovely, lower yourself all the way back down, so letting the shoulders, letting the spine and the hips come down. And then just bring the knees in, give yourself that little squeeze, little rock, side to side. Wonderful. We're going to rock forward and backwards, okay? Bring yourself back into your boat. So a little bit of momentum to come up, okay? Pause if you can. Wonderful. Now bringing your hands into heart center for a moment. Just look over your right shoulder and see if you can take a twist. So if you want to open up, you're twisting towards the right, opening up those arms. Really bring the hands back in. Take it to the other side. So looking over the left shoulder, opening up through the left side. Again, doing that lovely twist. Perfect. Hands come back in. Well done. Roll back onto the shoulders. Massage the spine. Let the soles of the feet come back onto the floor. And let's take our baby bridge again. So just letting the fingertips rest by the ankles. Squeeze the back of the body. Lift the hips. Now, if you need a bit more height, you can bring the shoulder blades in together. You're clasping those hands together under the tailbone. And it just gives you a little bit more lift, a little bit more tension through the front of the body. A little bit more kind of activation through the back of the body. So the muscles are all sort of engaged there. Wonderful. Slowly start to let it come down. Rolling back through. And again, just roll those knees in. Little squeeze. Little rock. Wonderful. We're going to do one last boat, okay? So rock backwards and forwards. Get that momentum behind you to bring yourselves all the way back up. And this is going to be your yogi's choice. So you can either keep it here Maybe you want to bring the knees in a little bit closer, or even hold the legs, or maybe even lifting those toes towards the sky. Okay, whatever feels kind of best for you right now. If you're starting to feel a bit tired, maybe hold the legs. Just give yourself that support. One last inhale. Exhale, roll back. Okay, come all the way back. And again, one last bridge, okay? So whichever felt good for you. If you are using your block, remember you can always take that supportive bridge. It might be that you're resting here. Or if there's a full wheel in your practice, you want to take a full wheel, then those hands just kind of tuck in by your shoulders here. You can come up in 2 stages in wheel. So you can lift up onto the crown of the head, just for a moment. And then you can extend the arms as you bring yourself into your full wheel. So you can go sort of in 2 steps. And it can be that you're just sort of resting maybe for a little while on the crown of the head before you build up that arm strength to lift you into that full wheel. So whatever feels the best for you. Well done. If you're in your bridge, in your full wheel, start to come down. If you're in your bridge, start to roll it down nice and slowly. Hug the knees in, give yourself that little squeeze. Okay. And then bringing the knees onto the elbows onto the inside of the knees. Find your happy baby pose. So just taking a hold of the big toes, all the edges of the feet, and just press the lower back down. So get that kind of, use the resistance from the floor to kind of open up again, opening the hips, but also just pressing out through that lower back. Get out, maybe extend one leg, maybe extend both legs together. And we're going to take the right leg and just hook it over the top of the left. Bring the knees in a little bit closer. Okay, and keeping the arms open wide, keep the shoulders anchored down where they are. Just gently let the knees drop over to the left. You're taking a twist. Okay, if it feels too intense, then just unhook the legs, just stack them one on top of the other. If it feels too much, it can be quite deep for the outer edge of the hip. Just enjoy that nice and slow long exhale. Okay, when you're ready, start to bring it all the way back up. Okay, just unhook the knees and just roll them away from each other. Just soften into those knees. And then taking the left leg over the right. Again, just start by pulling the knees in towards you, so you're getting that little bit of height first of all. And keeping the arms open wide. Just let the legs drop over towards the right. Again, trying to keep that left shoulder down if you can. And if it's again too much, those IT bands or the outer edges of the hips feel it too deeply, then just unhook. And when you're ready, again, just gently bringing it all the way back up and unhooking those knees. Roll them away from each other. We're going to bring ourselves into our Shavasana. So just taking the legs down. If you want to keep the knees sort of bent so that they lock in towards each other, just take the pressure away from the lower back. If it feels good to kind of extend out and stretch, you can just start off by taking the arms overhead so you have a nice long body stretch. And then you're ready to bring the arms all the way around. Maybe even keep them up nice and high. I know I always quite like having my arms sort of spread out really wide. And that's the beauty of, you know, practicing at home, is that you can spread out as much as you want to. Or if you prefer to keep them in a little closer, just turn the palms up. Let the back of the hands just rest there on the floor. And we're just going to see our practice by just letting all that work in bed. Lengthening, strengthening, balancing. And we'll just sink in. And then if you find that the mind is starting to wander, let those thoughts just pass. Don't hold on to them. Don't entertain those thoughts with more thoughts. Just let them pass by. And maybe just focus on your surroundings. What can you hear? What can you feel? What's the temperature of your skin like? Are there any smells that caught your attention? And our eyes are closed. All our senses just sharpen. It's the perfect opportunity just to be mindful. Mindful of where you are. Mindful of how you feel. Maybe even reflecting on how you felt. Even maybe earlier today or before you started your practice. And how you feel now. Shift is often quite hard to achieve. We expect a lot from ourselves, from our bodies, but also from our minds. Stay with those last few breaths. And if you want to stay where you are, and just carry on your Shavasana for another 10-15 minutes, feel free to do so. When you're ready to come up, just start to wriggle the toes, wriggle the fingers, maybe even circle the wrists and the ankles. And gently bring the knees in, hug them in. Lift the chin up towards those knees and just give yourself a little squeeze. And then as you roll over to the right, just take a moment there in that fetal position, using your bottom elbow as a little bolster for your head. And just stay there for a couple of moments. And your body just sinks into the floor with no resistance. And when you're ready to come up, just join me back in a nice comfortable cross-leg position. And just take a moment there, bring the hands into heart center. And as we seal our practice, just let the thumbs rest at the third eye, just pressing them in towards your forehead. And just draw whatever's in your mind, bring it back into the heart center. And bowing together. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Well done. Hope you had a lovely evening.
Thanks, Penny.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Penny.
Let me know how you get on with your arm balances this week.
Yeah.
Thanks, Penny.
Thanks, Penny.
Thank you very much. Bye, Stuart.